Hello all and welcome to the DrivingMaul Rugby predictions for this coming weekend's games, and it is at the pointy end of the competitions. Let's be honest, we've got Super Rugby Trans-Tasman final, we've got the Rainbow Cup final, semi-finals in both the top 14 and also the Gallagher Premiership, but also we've got the Curry Cup kicking off, and also Major League Rugby continues as well. So lots of plenty of rugby, even if it's a little bit less than normal with all those finals and not being in the regular season. So just a reminder, folks, these predictions are all for a bit of fun and to look at mainly for your prediction leagues on Super Brew. If you do wish to use these as a guide for any sort of gambling, then please remember that it's entirely your choice, but also remember to gamble sensibly, please. Only gamble what you can afford to lose. With all that, let's jump into it and let's get on. So first up, we've got the Blues versus the Highlanders at Eden Park. I'm just realised I've not got the table up. Sorry, folks, I thought I had already got this one up. But if the main thing though is to look at the history between these two, and if we do that, you'll see that the Highlanders won the last game at home. But the previous three were won by the Blues after a period of Highlanders success. Look, at home, I am going to back the Blues in this one up against the Highlanders, but I think it's going to be a tight one. It can go either way. I'm backing the Blues by 3. But look, the Highlanders won their last Super Rugby final away from home as well. That was against the Hurricanes in Wellington from memory. So look, the Highlanders definitely can do this. Both of them had perfect seasons with 5 wins from 5. The smallest win there by 10 points for the Highlanders. Compare that to the Blues, a 7-point win for the Red against the Reds. But again, on the whole, comfortable wins for both of them against the Australian sides within Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. As I say, I'm going to back the Blues by 3. I think this one could go either way. And looking in the live chat, though, Simon's gone the Highlanders by 5, and Gavin has gone with the Highlanders by 12. So clearly, I'm running against popular opinion there. Thank you guys for joining the show. Moving on then to the top 14, where we have semi-final time. La Rochelle up hosting Racing 92, and Toulouse hosting Bordeaux. Look, and the easy one here is to go with the Toulouse one. I think look at that, last 4 wins by Toulouse. So I'm backing Toulouse by 7 at home there. The one between La Rochelle and Racing is going to be tasty, isn't it? Both sides finished on 78 points. The only thing giving La Rochelle home advantage is the points difference. Look, those last two games by 3 and 4 points. This is going to be a tight one. But as you can see, the last 4 have all been won by the home side. Again, I'm going to go with home advantage there in this one. But that should be a cracking game between La Rochelle and Racing 92. I expect Toulouse, as I say, to get up over Bordeaux. But the other game is really, really hard to call. Moving on to the Gallagher Premiership, and in this one, I think we'll be backing the 2 home sides in this one because, look, Bristol finished on 85 points. Exeter just 3 points back on 82, both of them with 17 wins. Sale were 8 points back, so the big gap there between Exeter and Sale, or not, well, a comfortable gap, and then the Harlequins even further back there. So I would say we're looking at a comfortable win for the Bears by 5 points. You'll see that it was just a 1-point victory a couple of days ago. I think it'll be slightly more comfortable than that, and I'm backing Exeter by 5. I think it's going to be a Bears Exeter finalist one. They have been the 2 standout teams in the Gallagher Premiership. So the champs up against the recently promoted, let's be honest, Bristol Bears in that one. Over to the Rainbow Cup then, and wow, Benetton up against the Bulls. Now, the Bulls have been the top side in South Africa this season, and not just in the Rainbow Cup, but also in the Currie Cup, and also the was it Super Rugby Unlocked, or something along those sort of lines, whatever it was called again. So yeah, you've got to say, look, the Bulls have been the form side down there. The problem is, though, that they've got a couple of problems. One of them is that they're not bringing their Springboks for this journey, and also the Currie Cup is kicking off this weekend as well. So what kind of side will the Bulls send up to face Benetton? So even though Benetton, look, only had to play, only got four games in there, a whole bunch of they only played. So Zebre twice, Glasgow and Connacht. I'm still going to back Benetton by 3. It's in Italy, so there's not that travel travel factor, and secondly, the Bulls are being pulled in every which way at the moment. So I'm backing the Benetton in that one, but who knows how that one will go. So the Bulls, I would say, are the side that should. Are the better of the two sides, but as I say, I just think, as Simon says in the live chat, no Springboks and also the Currie Cup in there is it means that Benetton have got to be favourites in that one. So looking at the Currie Cup then, and a full round, well, 3 fixtures. Actually, the Bulls have got a bye in the opening round, so perhaps I know there they are. There's the Bulls. Sorry. Mixing my terms here. The team that has, let's say, a full round of games here. Who's got the bye? Oh, the Cheetahs have got the bye in this one. You'd think they would be able to give the Bulls it because of the Rainbow Cup, but hey, not to be. First up, the Pumas against the Lions. Look, last season, which didn't finish that long ago, the Pumas just picked up 3 wins. 2 of those were over the Griquas, and the other one was kind of a dead rubber towards the end of it. So you've got to say the Lions come into this one as favourites. Even if it was only a 1-point win last time out, it's away. So I'll give I'll go Lions by 3. But it's going to depend on who's travelling, who's involved in that one. As well, will the Springboks be allowed, etc. Griquas against the Sharks. Look, the Griquas, whilst they did get that win in 2019, I'm not sure why it's shown that one back in 2019 on there. I guess it was treating the Sharks as the Super Rugby side previously, but look, the Griquas lost all 12. Oh, sorry, drew 1 game and lost 11. That draw might have been a COVID one as well. They're from last season, so I'm expecting the Griquas to be comfortably beaten by the Sharks in this one. Finally, the Bulls against the Western Province. I would have gone by more than this, but I'm going to go Bulls by 3 in this one because of the Rainbow Cup happening at the same time. So what kind of side can the Bulls put out? But as I say, they have been better than the Province. Perhaps I probably should go with Province on this one. Actually, yeah, let's go with Province on this one because the Bulls will be sending a whole bunch of players up to Italy, and so I'm backing Western Province. But yeah, Bulls really should be winning that one. Finally, let's move on to Major League Rugby. As you can see up in the top here, actually have 56%, so not doing that great in this one. It's been a bit difficult to to pick some of these games. First up, we've got Rooney against Utah. Rooney, look, currently sat in 2nd place in the Eastern Conference. Utah in 2nd place in the Western Conference. But Utah not great on the road. Look at that, just 2 wins from 6 games, and that includes up against Seattle and up against the Gilgronis a long time ago. Seattle, a team that's really struggling this year. So you've got to say that Rooney. I wouldn't take historical, but look, they've won both games between them before. I'm going to back Rooney by 7 in this one at home. Toronto up against NOLA. Look, Toronto playing their home games in Atlanta, Georgia. So the home of Rugby ATL, not their own home up in Toronto, and that has really hurt them and made life difficult for them. But again, NOLA, not a great side on the road, having just one win from 3. So whilst NOLA do sit in 4th place in the Eastern Conference, with Toronto down in last, I'm going to back Toronto to pick up that win at home because of in Atlanta. In the double header, because next up is Rugby ATL against Sabercats. Look, Sabercats have only won 2 games all season. Comfortable win for Atlanta. The only real question is by how many. Recent games, but against LA Giltinis and NOLA, 2 very good teams there, have been close, but they do get some bigger wins. So I'm going to go by 10 for Atlanta in this one. Look, the Sabercats lost by 47 points, 19-28. So they do lose by big margins, and I back Atlanta to stretch their lead, or to maintain their lead at the top of the Eastern Conference. Then we've got San Diego Legion up against the Giltinis. Now, the Legion had that good run where they got the players back, but then were downed by the Warriors. Giltinis have shown themselves to be a bit vulnerable there, picking up a couple of losses after dominating the early part of the season. Still, I'm going to back the Giltinis by 3 on the road there. Finally, the Seattle Seawolves up against the Austin Gilgronis, and you've got to say, again, Seawolves really struggling this season. Only got those 2 wins. The Gilgronis got a couple of good wins recently. Sure, they're still learning to travel, but still, I think the Seawolves really struggling this season. And so I'm going to go with the Gilgronis away from home in that one. So there you go, folks. That's my predictions for this weekend for the rugby. A reminder that, look, if you are, please do gamble responsibly if you are going to gamble. And hope you're enjoying this new format of doing it via videos rather than having the write-ups that I did previously. And enjoy rugby this weekend. We will be live straight after the Super Rugby Trans-Tasman final between the Blues and the Highlanders. And then we will be having a review show on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. of the game as well, with people who are actually in the ground. So Ashwin, Stephen Harris and Boa are all expecting to get to the game. So we'll get their reactions to it the day after, once it's managed to settle in there as to what it was like actually in the ground. Myself and Cornflake will be giving you live post-match reaction straight after the game on that one. So thank you, everybody, for this, and hope that you have a fantastic weekend lined up.